Yeah, man, it's July the 5th, 2023, and this is an update on my gang stalking situation. And I just want to talk in general about a few things. It's been a few days. First of all, I hope you guys had a happy Independence Day, the 4th of July, and that's when America declared its independence from Britain. Now, I was talking to somebody else, a foreign person, and they were telling me, like, oh, yeah, we also had Independence Day, but it was a different day. And we also were declaring our independence from Britain. And I got to, like, looking around about it, and there's actually 65 countries that have an Independence Day holiday where they've declared their independence from Britain. Yeah, Britain, I guess they were just conquesting, taking over everybody. And over the last couple hundred years, a lot of countries have been breaking away from that and declaring their independence. And then there's even some that actually joined Britain and the UK as the British Empire and the UK as territories. But anyway, so enough of that. The torture, the broadcast torture. Today it's been just putting stuff all in my eyes, and I'm doing some assignments and studying, trying to catch up with my schoolwork, or actually just stay on top of it because I'm not behind, but I don't want to get behind. And uh, I could say that's the reason why they're putting broadcast stuff in my eyes. I have to go wash my eyes out about every 10 minutes, maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. I can also say they've been doing typical torture stuff, but, and I hate to say this because it always invokes horrible torture when I talk about it like this, but the last few days haven't been as bad. And I think there's a reason behind that, okay? Because uh, there's people that I know that have neural monitoring that aren't exactly gang stalkers. And over the weekend, I was back home in Atlanta, and I was going to a few places where I might run into some people who uh, I've thought for some time may eventually be of help to me in this situation. And it was funny because, like, last Thursday and Friday, they were attacking my feet and knees really bad. And I think I did a video talking about it, and several other places just attacking me horribly a lot. And then come like Saturday morning, or maybe even like Friday night, and usually it gets really bad on the weekends, but they actually backed off. And they don't back off as far as blah, blah, blah all day, have something to say, knowing everything I'm thinking, always trying to exploit that and say anything they can to try to initiate some sort of situation where I'm buying into their words to uh, allow them to have some subject matter for their EMF broadcast live streams. But and the torture didn't completely go away, okay. But I'm saying they backed off a lot. And when I say that, I mean like Thursday, Friday last week, I was literally just starting to limp around and couldn't hardly walk, and it was getting very bad. And I did some videos about it, and I also um, I went a few places, and I think that shook them a little bit. And they've oftentimes they back off in situations like that when I have more of a possibility to possibly get neural monitoring or to get some sort of information that might help me in my struggles against them. And they usually back off. And then it usually takes a couple of days, and then they're right back in full force, I think, when people quit paying attention. And, it's just a theory of mine that uh, other people start paying attention when maybe they encounter me in real life, and then there's like, let me check and see. I mean, it's still, I guess, on some level, gang stalking if you're checking somebody's neural monitoring, um, but I definitely consider that a different level than people that talk to you all day, stealing every thought that you have, receiving them unconsensually, and using that as leverage against you, and as well as just nonstop talking when you don't want to have them being a part of your life, but they're begging to be a part of your life and begging for relevance. And then the physical torture is the biggest problem. So anyway, that's what was going on then, and then up to now, it's kind of started easing back in. And today, although I can walk, they are attacking my face a lot. So I got broadcast in my eyes a lot, and I have to go and literally, you can't wipe it off. You can't wipe off broadcast, but you can wash it off. But then they can put it right back on. So I'm not really sure how that works, but I mean, I know they're putting it there. I know they're putting it there, whether they're um, using some sort of settings or whether they're on mind controlled living as a broadcast and just globbing stuff in your eyes or getting on your eyes or any other part of your body. But anyway, it's starting to lean back into a little bit more of the typical torture sessions where they're doing things that's physically harming me. And I'm sure within a few more days, it'll probably be violent where I can hardly walk again. But anyway, if you've been following this channel, this is the remote neural monitoring channel. Thank you. And the bigger channel, the targeted individual channel, I'm gonna probably do like a once a week video on there, and then the more daily videos will start to be on this channel. So but we'll see how that goes. I'm just really trying to diversify, and I think it'll help to spread awareness more and to just get more people involved. So the comments are not enabled on this channel. Sorry about that. I don't want to have to moderate too much more stuff. I got too many things to do already. If you've been paying attention to what I've been saying, my advice has not changed. Uh, Hurry up and fill out the FAFSA thing and see if you can get into college starting in this fall semester. And physics or computer science, all of those things could help you long term. There's a lot of good things. Don't I wouldn't recommend going to school for something and say, oh, I love it, but then you end up making $40,000 or $50,000 a year, and you got a bunch of student loans or something like that. It's just not a good decision to make. If you want to do things that you love, then do them secondary to something that's going to secure your financial stability and your family's well-being. So that's probably number one. And having the financial freedom to live life how you want to is also going to enable you to do the things that you love anyway. So and student loans aren't exactly a necessity between FAFSA and all the other grants and things you can find out there, especially if you keep your grades up. There's a lot of different things that you can get that can help you pay for college. And so there's really no excuse, because you can basically go just about for free, and if not free, if not even get money back that you never paid in. It's sometimes if the grants and the scholarships and things like that give more than it costs you to go, then they get you a direct deposit right into your bank account. And so it can really work out that way. I've gotten them before. It's not typical, but now I have, since my high grade point average the last 2 years, I have more funds available for me through scholarships and things like that. So because I'm doing well with it. So we'll see. It also has to do with how many classes you take, as far as like Pell Grants and stuff like that, or how much it pays for your tuition and all of the books or whatever else. So, you can really take even one or two classes and, just kind of drag it out. And it might take twice as long, but maybe not twice as long, especially if you take classes in the summertime. But you'll be able to work full time and still have your life. Plus, it kind of just keeps your brain working and, exercise your mind. That's a real thing. And I noticed the difference since I started actually studying. And it's also very different when you're studying on your own terms or forcibly by school, the structure of it all, where you have to maintain your grades and you have to do the assignments by this date and that date. And it doesn't give you the opportunity to procrastinate or to just kind of fade off and forget, what I was studying and this and that. But I mean, some people are very disciplined. I needed the structure, but I think overall it helps. Plus, you can get a lot of credentials and build some relationships that can help you in your professional career. So As far as gang stalking, I think computer science is the most important thing to start learning, and I think that physics and stuff like that is the secondary thing that's very important when it comes to neural monitoring. So all of those things could be important, and as far as like the FAFSA and like federal aid where they pay for your stuff, as long as you don't get a bachelor's degree, they'll pay for like up to like 7 years or something, or more, maybe more than that, up to like you could get like 2 or 3 associate's degrees that then go, once you're making a bunch of money and you got a bunch of knowledge, you could go to a big boy school to get the bachelor's and master's when you're already financially there and you have a lot of knowledge. But ultimately, the knowledge is going to help you a lot as far as, especially the computer science knowledge, as far as being gang stalked and what they're able to do to you, because you'll reach a point where the knowledge that you have makes you too dangerous for them to start accessing your devices and your accounts and everything else. And they do a lot of that. So once there's nothing else really to gain for them, it's not very likely that they'll just hang around and keep doing broadcast torture and talking to you all day, every day, when there's nothing else to gain and the risk is high. So there's a risk reward, and the risk right now for them to target you is very minimal. Maybe somebody will feel sorry or give you the neural monitoring, or they could probably tell, who and who's got that type of risk. Okay, but when you start to learn a lot, the risk becomes a lot greater for them and the reward becomes less for them. And the more you have it together and the more knowledge you have, their reward is less, the risk to target you is more, and then you'll end up finding yourself in a situation where you can win. But anyway, that's all for now. I'll continue to do updates on this channel, the Remote Neural Monitoring channel, and I'll probably try to do at least like a weekly more of a long form 30-40 minute video on the bigger channel targeted individual. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.